Okay, so I'm just going to kind of explain SeaWorld Career Camp, the most amazing thing ever. This is San Diego. So this is my group, and lots of amazing people in my group. This is where you'll be having breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's called the Courtyard. You have lunch. You get there, you spend an hour unpacking, then you have lunch, and then you get to go view the park. It's really fun. You go to Aquarium de la Mar, the tide pools, the freshwater aquarium, get to play in the tide pools for a little bit, and then you get to go see some shows. We saw Cirque de la Mar, Sea Lions Tonight, and Blue Horizons. Blue Horizons is personally my favorite, so there's going to be a lot of pictures of that show because I want to be a dolphin trainer, so obviously that show touches me the most. Anyway, let me tell you a little bit about the basics that you're probably not going to expect, but will be surprising. You're going to get your shirts, your green shirts. Before you even go to lunch, you're going to get your green shirts. Day one. You're going to have to wear those 24/7. Well, besides bedtime, so not 24/7. Bed, you can wear whatever you want, as long as it's not too small and skimpy. No tank tops, because there are boys in the dorms. That was a rule that a lot of girls did not like very much to bed. Well, anyway, you're just gonna... Man, I lost my train of thought. Anyway, if you have a lot of t-shirts in your suitcase, take most of them out, because you're gonna need 3 tops. One for... probably 2 for bed. Depends on you. I like to have a few shirts for whenever I want, whatever I feel like wearing to bed. Usually a normal t-shirt and then maybe a bigger t-shirt on me, whatever. This is Blue Horizons. As you've been seeing, there's a lot of pictures of this show because it personally is my favorite. Like I said earlier, I just really love it. It just really touched me. Back to what I was saying before. The green shirts, you're going to have them. Get used to them. It might be different from green. Then you're going to have the, now onto personal time. About an hour before lights are off and personal time's over, which means you have to go to bed, you'll have an hour of doing whatever you want, but there's no talking, lights are off except for a little light above your bed, almost like the lights in your car. Those little lights that you turn on with the finger touch, except this little button. So what you're going to do is you're just going to pretty much sit there and do whatever you want. You can color, you can read, you can bring your book nooks, those nooks and the Kindles. You can bring, heck, you can even bring a coloring book. But don't suspect to use your phone. So if you use your iPod as your phone like I do, bring another source of an iPod because they're going to take your phone. They take it and they leave it in a box. And you turn them off so that way no noise can comes off. I remember it was our first night and my friend Chloe's phone went off 3 times in the middle of the night, so they had to take it to the laundry room, hide it under covers until the next morning when she could tell them that her alarm was buzzing all night. She forgot about it. Another thing to say, you'll get talk time Tuesdays and Thursdays for an hour. I talk to my family. Some girls I know talk to their boyfriends. But just at least shoot your family a text saying that everything's going good. Like I know one of the girls called her parents and said, "I'm not dead. Okay, bye." Just whatever. Up to you. So in the pictures that were just shown, we got to actually learn about the different career choices here. And in these pictures, this is when we broke out fish for Rocky Point Preserve. Breaking out fish is when you get 1,000 pounds of fish, maybe a little less, and you break it up into smaller, like 10-pound buckets for different dolphins or different animals. Here we're in Turtle Reef. We finally got to see the exhibit. It was really nice. I personally really liked it. We got to take a couple pictures. See, it's a lot of work, but there is a lot of fun times. I would do it every day, every week in the summer if I could. So, our counselors was taking a couple photos. You get to browse the gift shop. This was the jellies in the gift shop. I didn't really take a picture of the gift shop. Then you get to see, you can take pictures of whatever you want. I know I have a picture of the pizza that we ate. We also got to ride Shipwreck Rapids. That was very nice. And you get soaked. Got to pick up some postcards. I know I filled mine out during personal time. Then we went to the SeaWorld rescue area. This was a really cool experience. We got to see a lot of what they do there and how they do really take care of their animals. They really do. So we got to see the Shamu. We didn't see the Shamu show, but we got to see the underwater viewing tank right by Dine with Shamu. Chloe here, she was my best friend of the group. She didn't bring her camera, so I took lots of pictures of her. You'll see her lots. She wants to be a Shamu trainer, so you'll see lots of pictures of her with Shamu. This is me in the middle, Chloe on the right, and Jenna on the left. They were my besties of the group. Here we're in an aquarium. We're taking pictures because we've been there for a little bit and started to get a little bored. Then we got to go to Turtle Reef, but the upstairs area of Turtle Reef where only campers and trainers are allowed. But we got to pet the turtles, feed the turtles. We give them squid and the fish in the tank to make the tank pretty and just give it like a real like home feeling. They eat krill, so we'll also feed the fish, and it's just a really nice time. We got to feed them. This is the dorm rooms. Yes, that big bag in the middle is when you put in your green shirts that everybody's wearing for laundry night. The whiteboard's really important. Check it every morning. It's going to tell you the basics of what you're doing because counselors hate it when you ask what you're doing. This was Shark Night. We got to learn a lot about the sharks. We got to see baby leopard sharks that just hatched, which they have in a little tank, big tank over there. Got to see the jaws, learn about what different types of jaws there were. And then we got to go to the sea otters where we fed them, played with them. You weren't allowed to touch them because they were little feisty animals, and unless you were a trainer, you couldn't really interact with them except for through the bars. The tank is very large. This was Clover, and I can't remember the other otter, but Clover really made an impression. We got to feed them shrimp. Yeah, shrimp. And there's all kinds of crazy different ways that they interact with them and feed them. It's really fun. It's a really nice time. Then we also got to see the seals. They showed us their breakout and what they feed their animals. And we actually got to go inside the exhibit where all the other people were like shouting "Lucky" at us. We got to feed them. They split us up. There was some with the other seal, and I got the other sea lions, and we got a seal. This was the harbor seal, and we were teaching her new tricks with the target. And then we also got to see Pets Rule. Pets Rule was a good show, you know, very cute. Another thing I gotta add before we go on to the show of, well, here it is, Sea Lions Tonight. Thing I need to add is that if you're squirmish about fish or squid or krill or any of that dead gooey stuff, get over it because you're gonna be using it a lot. Okay, now I gotta break into the dolphin interaction because it was the most amazing experience of my life. We got to go in the exhibit. We only got to go on that ledge, but in the advanced career camp in San Antonio in Florida, you actually go snorkeling, which I'll be doing next summer. According to the itinerary, that's what you do. So you got to teach them tricks, and my dolphin loves to splash. Her name was Callie. Chloe got Avalon. They're the babies of the group. If you look closely, see, Callie loves to splash. And she also was just the most amazing, this was just the most amazing experience of my life. I would do it over if it meant just doing this again. It was amazing. Then we got to go into the holding tank where they do a lot of the veterinary services. The floor drops and we got to see them from underwater. Then we just stayed in our wetsuits, went on Journey to Atlantis because we're in our wetsuits. It doesn't matter if we get soaked. We didn't really get too soaked. We also got to see the California river otters, and this is where we got to take pictures with them. So if you buy a picture, you will get a picture with the California river otters. Then there was Penguin Day. Penguin Day, what we did was we pet the penguins, we fed the penguins. It was just really nice. This penguin had just finished molting, so he was very soft. Then there was also, we got into the penguin encounter where people passing saw us. And we got to feed them, and we got to feed the macaronis, and what I like to call them the chub chubs, which are the emperor and king penguins. And we also got to feed the Adelies. So all the penguins just kind of swarmed us for food. Then we got to see some of the the land animals of SeaWorld. That picture earlier was the largest rodent. This was a hedgehog. This is a gecko. This was a no-legged snake. And then next you'll see a water monitor. It was really nice because you got to... I meant no-legged lizard. Sorry, I just realized what I said. We also got to pet an alligator. Here's the no-legged lizard again. I don't know how he made his way back into the show. And this was a bearded dragon. We also got to go to the wild Arctic where we rode the little ride, saw the polar bears and the belugas. This picture is actually personally, I took it, and it's a baby beluga. Baby belugas are gray. Then we got to see Shamu Rocks. So this is the pictures from Shamu Rock. As you can see, the week is finally coming. No, not finally. Sadly coming to an end. So we got to see Shamu and got to see the fireworks. Then we went to bed, packed up, and went home the next day. Personally, my family stayed an extra day, but that's it.